Right, welcome to part 2. Now, as you can see, I've disassembled this. It was only 2 screws, and then I've now done my pilot hole. Okay, so the hole now should fit this. Okay, so now first thing to do is strip everything off of it. Right. And then feed these wires here through. So by now you've probably guessed that the reason for not putting the wires into the block was all to do with this part, because if that was in the block you wouldn't have got the wires through. But this is the careful bit. You've got to get them through, get it wired up, get the body through. I do hope I'm putting this all back together the right way. Right, now here's the wee fiddly bit, because I've got to get this stock into there. Oh wow. Yeah, that's going in, no problem. Right, so I've got to, oh sorry, kicking the camera there. Right, so I've got to set this in a way that the mount is so for me to see. Now that there actually, believe it or not, is perfect. Right, so now what I've got to do is get into here. I was hoping to do this without actually taking off the steering wheel, okay? Because to be fair, I can't be arched with the now. To be fair, okay, I'm actually quite happy with that. I'm going to put this though, we'll go down. If I come at the bottom, I think this will be the most difficult bit, to be honest with you, trying to get the wires down. Right. Once I've got them down, sorry for blocking the picture, but there are certain things I've got to be able to get done properly. Right, so now I've got to tighten this up, right, so I'm just going to fit this back into here, if I can. Oh no, wait a minute, come on, I need to do that. There you go. Each. Oh my, that is a tight fit. There's no getting away from that. That is a very, very tight fit. Now, I need to get this one back on properly here. There you go. So it has went in, okay, so now because it's no screwed in right, what is also because it's not fitting right, so that's it there. Screw would go in, okay, and then this would actually be, once I've got this, I've still got to tighten this, the nut up onto that. That'll be solid onto there, okay. But if I could just pick this up and show you, right, there is my view. There you go. So there's my view there. When I'm driving, I could actually see that stock. So to be fair, that's fantastic. I'm really, really, really happy with that. So, without further ado, I'll go and get a spanner. I'll go and tighten that up. Then I'm going to put the screws back in. And that's the stock complete. Okay, so we're now down in the jewels. Now what you're looking at there is that blue plug. Okay, that is what I've just managed to eventually get out. Not the easiest of things, but to be fair, it's done. So now I've got to go and do the wiring harness. Right, now basically this one with the orange seal, that's going where the one is, that blue plug I've taken out, and that blue plug, we just go into that. And that's it. That's it, it's got done with that. Right, so that's that done. I've now got everything all controlled up. So I'm now on the bit now, which is this page. And basically it's the wires that were coming through for the wee side switch thing that I fitted on. So I've now got to go and put these in to, again, what would help if I went on the right page. It would also help if I had the right bit of paper. Right. Right, sorry about that. So the stock's in, okay, and I now need to take the wires for the stock and fit them, because there's two separate plugs that they're going into here, okay. So the first one is a point this to the left of me, and then insert the pins black, green and red coming down. No, I'm no clever, right, it's just that it's written on the body paper there, so it's right, black, green and red. I can't afford to mess this up. So black, green and red. Okay, so here, got this sun tonight. Right, so here we've got it now. I'm going to move this down to let you see what I'm doing, and I'm going to come to here. Okay, so there you go. There's the plug. Okay, right, so where's the, there's the plug, right, okay. There it is. Right, sorry for this, but this is hard. I've not got much room to work in here. Right, so this now connects into here. That's them in. And then the orange and the white pins go into these ones here. Now the orange is the top one, and the white is the second bottom one. So, tell you what I'll do, take that one out first and put the white in the second bottom. I'm just got to try something first, because what I'm hoping for is that this will power it up, and it'll also tell me if I can use that thing or not. So right, so that's the doing nothing, and put the ignition on. Right, so that's not doing nothing either. So I think what I do have to do now then is put into here, what was that plug? So I've now got this other one with the new wires onto it. So it's orange to the top and then white second bottom. So it's, I'm sorry I'm out of shot for it, let you see this. Come on, I'll try and bring it down a bit. And you can see this or not, there you go. So orange in the top one, and the white one is going into here, or maybe no. There you go. Okay, now we'll plug this in. Right. And I have nothing. I have nothing. Okay. Right. So I'm thinking as a fail-safe, I've got to actually put the brake one on and the clutch one on. So now, earlier on, I said that the wires were for certain things, and I was absolutely right out of cooler, because when I look back on the page again, so this red one that I said earlier, which goes to the ignition, right, it doesn't go to the ignition actually, it connects to pin 1. Oh, connector on the brake pedal, which is pin 1, the ignition. Okay, so now again, oh god, they're not the easiest of things to get out of them, I'll tell you. There you go, we've got it. Right, so this looks like the soldering area for my friends in America. We're going to do some soldering. Over here in Scotland we call it soldering. So, and I've not really got much room here, so I'll be back. Okay, you ready for this? Right, so there is all the dog's dinner that I've got to put away yet. So it's all got to be tidied up. It's got to be tucked underneath, fascia covers to go on, fuse board cover, side panels. So to be fair, there's a lot to, oh hang on. To be fair, there's a lot to fix on this. To put it back together, okay, which is basically just a tidy up job, and I don't think you guys will want to see that. I think you guys will want to see this though. So there's my view of the steering, okay. Let me just bring this down a bit, right, and there's my view, and there's my stick. There you go, that's it. So there, I can easily see that, but here's the difference now. There you go, the green light. And that's it. So I've cracked it. All in all, that's it fitted, that's it working. Sorry for the Stramasha part 2, but I'll be back out again and tomorrow, because it's getting dark here now and getting cold. I'll make it my tea. So I'll come back again tomorrow and I will do part 3, which means I'll come out, and what I'll do is I'll just tidy everything up before I start filming, and then I'll show you it all fitted, all hidden. And we'll go for a wee hurl, and we'll see if that does work. I've got one more wire to fit, which was the one to the clutch. Now basically these wires, the brake one actually is a live wire which runs off the ignition, right? Because I'll tell you what, before I go I'll show you this, right? So there it is, it's back on again. Oh, I'm too close. Do not operate while shuggling. Right, so hopefully you can see that. Okay, so there's the light on. Now here's how it wouldn't power up earlier on, because when I switch the engine off, that's it. Okay, now what I haven't tried actually is, when I switch it on, does it work? Yeah, there you go. So it just shows you that is actually looking for power from the ignition, just for the key. So that's it, that's it all done. One more wire to go on to, which you have to put onto the clutch, and then as I said, tidy up tomorrow. Let's see how that goes. Okay, thanks for watching.